Hello, Kaloo, how are we all doing today? My name is Notepad, and on our Games for Fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to be working on a brave new world yet again, and trying to get things done. Yep, that's the goal. That's the plannerino. It's just going to grind today. So, did a little bit of work in between things. If we go down to the combat section, you might notice the combat section kind of got fixed up a little bit. Added some new things, added just a list of features that are possible, as well as, hey, you want to add your own features? This is what you should do. I thought, hey, I think this is pretty much a good idea here, just to kind of give people a little bit more, little better of an idea of making their very own thing that'll help in the long run. A lot of just double checking and making things out to be a little bit easier to read. Unstated features, kind of had to do the, what's a large entity. Tables are kind of all over the place, not gonna lie, but that's kind of the nature of the beast a little bit. Objects didn't really get changed, because objects don't really need to get changed. Momentum and morale, nothing really changed there. Outside some wording things, but I did end up adding the idea of the recon round and surprise round. Effectively, the idea is you might find yourself leading up to a fight, and you can sneak around to get into better positions. You can sneak around to try to get yourself into a better place for you to do it. It's not quite combat, but it is combat in all but name. You're moving around, you're trying to get into ideal positions, and it's saying, ha 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 ha, I've successfully found myself in a place where I can beat the shit out of my enemy using the power of friendship or whatever. So, I've also been having a lot of issues with just how things are supposed to look in this game. I don't know why things are looking so weird. Most likely when we get done writing the entire thing, I'm just going to go through and double check everything, because that's the nature of the beast. But today, we are instead going to be working, if I go all the way down here, we are going to be working, not on vehicle combat, oh no. We're going to be working on the idea of the conspiracy. The conspiracy is going to be our social combat system. It's conspiracy because I think that would be a fun way of wording it. It's oh no, it's a conspiracy, and that you're trying to get something done. The entire idea of a social combat system is very simple, of this system anyway, is that we are trying to accomplish a goal. And what is that goal? Our goal is to effectively perform psyops. We are trying to work our way into organizations or work our way among groups of people and earn their trust to sway them to our cause. And we're going to have to establish points of contact. Effectively, the idea being, let's say if we need to negotiate with a boss, like a mob boss, you can't reach the mob boss immediately. You need to go through his goons first. Or a point of contact may be a guy on the bottom. May just be a random dude that we're working with. He's our point of contact. And he has a relationship with all the other goons kind of below him, as well as the guy above him. That's the only relationship he has. We can attempt to influence people multiple steps away from him that we don't have a point of contact with. So let's say we have our goon, we have his boss and his boss's boss, the overboss. Effectively, it's going to be a lot harder for us to influence that person above him, the overboss. It's going to be a lot harder to sway that person. So what we need to do is we need to kind of bully our way upward to get into the sway. We need to sway the boss, make it easier to sway the person in front of him. But these things take time. These things are difficult at the best of times. So what we need to do is figure out what they are doing, their quirks, what are their natures, what are they, who are they, and how can we best negotiate with them. So the idea of a conspiracy isn't necessarily make a confidant plus will check plus charm check. No, a conspiracy is about, hey, this person is kind of in danger. What's he afraid of? Well, he fucked up. Something needs to be cleaned up for him. You do a job for him. He's now swayed. He's now immediately swayed by you. He's gonna help you, and you can use him as a point of contact. Hey, well, we know this person's a womanizer, so we're gonna send the femme fatale in there. She might have a fucking personality of a goddamn brick, but doesn't matter. He's not gonna talk to us. This person outright hates us. How do we get him to convince us? You fucking don't. You go around him. Find other angles, find other locations, use the investigation mechanic to find ways for you to infiltrate, to build out your conspiracy board. Use combat as a way to get people to sway certain people, possibly. That's the entire idea. The social combat system is not necessarily social combat. Social, effectively manipulation. That's a nice April O'Neil cosplay. What game are we seeing today? It's not April O'Neil, thank you very much. This is my cool jacket, my cool aviator's jacket. Because I'm higher for hire. This is Brave New World. This is a commission project. Pulpy, vaguely 30s. Ugh. Pulp. Punchu, you know how it goes. Indiana Jones and the like. See, today's just been hectic. And I say today's been hectic for a few reasons. So, I'm just gonna set the day up for you. I go to bed at 6 a.m. because I can't go to sleep. I wake up at 9 a.m. because my mom's like, "Are you ready to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, give me an hour." We go to breakfast, we go shopping, I get home. I read the entirety of the Gerard Khalil Open Hand Foundation shenanigans going on. That shit's fucked. What the fuck, completionist? That's weird. Why are you doing this? Thought you were cool. Be cool, bro. Then I've been following the drama with RPG Pundit. RPG Pundit has decided that he is going to be, he wants to go on the warpath against anti-Semitism for some reason. And he chose that against a guy for no reason. And so we've got that entire drama unfolding. And here I am saying, man, I'm going to lay down for like 2 minutes at 2 o'clock. And I woke up about 20 minutes ago. Because I was very tired today. So here I am, ready to dev, everyone. Let's fucking go. Woo! So if I'm not exactly bursting at the seams with enthusiasm, it's not because I don't care. It's because I'm very, very tired. Now. Drama. That's all it is today. So, the drama is fun, so let's get to it. The first thing the mercenaries need to do, mercenaries and the announcer need to do is establish the conspiracy board. This is a number of people and groups. Actually, a number of contacts, groups that have a connection to one another, and all lead back to the mark, the central figure of the conspiracy. Contacts are individuals with ties and relationships to members of the other members of the conspiracy board. These could be friends, subordinates, these could be friends, subordinates, hangers on, or trusted lieutenant, or trusted lieutenants, or subordinates, hangers on, or trusted lieutenants, all of whom will stand in opposition to reaching the mark directly. So groups are larger factions tied. Groups are larger factions tied to the conspiracy board, and the mark. These could house different contacts themselves. Or be a power block, which influences the choices of others. Let's see. So every contact needs to be tied to another. Every contact needs to be tied to another. This could be a positive. This could be a positive, negative, or actually no, positive, negative, or business contact. Representing if they will support, hinder, or not, or stay neutral when that other contact is under threat. The main goal of every conspiracy is to work the contact, starting with the point of contact. Let's see. Main goals with every conspiracy is to work contact, starting with the point of contact. In individual or group whom the mercs have already swayed before the conspiracy. Let's see. The main goal of every conspiracy is to work the contacts, starting with the point of contact. And then work the contacts, starting with the point of contact. Individual or group whom the mercs have already swayed before the conspiracy. The goal is to break the let's see. The goal is to break the emotional core of the contact. The goal is to break the emotional core of the contact, allowing them to become swayed under the how do I want to word this? I'm going to become swayed under the mercenaries themselves. This is done through... this is done... under the mercenaries themselves. Let's put this right here. A mark. How do we want to do properly? Let's see. We are dealing with fairly, again, we're dealing with very esoteric concepts here. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. This isn't going to be simple. But, to give you all a very basic, brief rundown of my idea. Very, very basic concept. As you see, the notes have gotten more schizophrenic. So, let's say, for example, here is the mark. This is the person we actually want to influence. We want him to do something. We want to change his opinion. We want to force him to do something. We want him to do something, because everything is goal-driven. Now, let's say he has 3 people around him. These are all contacts. All of these guys are contacts. Now, all of them also are going to have relationships with one another. Notably, they're going to have a relationship with the mark. But as you can kind of see, it's like, hey, these two hate each other. These two are really good friends. And this guy has a very strong business relationship with them. But the mark is, very positive. Everyone likes, very good friends with the mark. Very good friends with the mark. Generally speaking, it's the, hey, well, we don't really want to, like, he's our friend. There's some tension inside of the group, but generally speaking, everyone's kind of friendly with one another to some degree. However, let's say, for example, this guy over here has a group, let's say, Now, effectively, this is a very complicated, one, but, bear with me here. Effectively, what we're trying to do here... Come on, do what I want you to do. I want to click the blue. So, all of these people have contacts. So, all of these contacts are also working together. So, if you want to contact this guy, you want to contact we'll call them, we'll give them, you want to contact a red mark, a red contact, you might be starting over here. So, that means you got to sway him, him, and him to get to our guy here. This is a very long and complicated affair. But if you're starting over here, for example, you may have a direct contact over here, but hey, oh no, these guys are all good friends with their main contact. So one of the things there is like, hey, maybe we want to get these other guys in there as well to work with us a little bit. Maybe we want to get them to work there, so it's going to make influencing this red contact a lot easier. Let's say there's, but you might be thinking, oh, all right, easy enough to understand. But let's say there is some animosity here. These two do not like one another. These two are in active conflict with one another. However, this guy's got a mark here. and these guys. So, okay, so we've got a new situation over here. If we're starting over here, this is our new contact. You know, this is our new point of contact. We need to kind of navigate this social situation. If we go here and here, this guy might be, you know, if we undermine this guy a little bit, he's going to be more, you know, more helpful. We can negotiate a little bit more. We got in. The entire premise of this is you find your point of contact, and then you find your way, you get yourself in, and then you finally influence the mark. All this is going to be doing is through two very simple things. You're either going to be confronting, which is kind of like a melee social attack, which you yourself can get fucked up in. This is bad, you know, you can get fucked up in it. And you can actually lose because it's a melee attack, but it's very efficient. Or you can do a ranged attack. You can pretty much go say, hey, you can go beyond. You can say, hey, 1, 2, 3. So if we're here, 1, 2, that's pretty easy. Only 2 ranges, but hey, this person doesn't want to work with us. None of these people, he's getting supported by all these people. It's going to be really difficult to do anything, and it could really backfire on us. So this is an immensely complicated way of doing this. Is this that from that one game? That's very imprecise. Is this a little bit from the Infinity RPG? Yes, this is actually a little bit from the Infinity RPG, but I need to do it my own way because the Infinity RPG is insane. So, how do we want to do this? How do we want to word this? We want to do... we want to do working a contact. Working a main goal of every conspiracies are broken down into into various attempts to sway and convince contacts to do something for the mercenaries. Well, let's see. Attempts to sway contacts to do something for the mercenaries. Having a contact be swayed means for this conspiracy, they are working with the, let's see, contact be swayed means for this conspiracy they are working with the mercenaries and can provide support. This is similar to similar to a simple combat routine, similar to combat rounds, similar to combat actions. A mercenary will choose a way to work to break down the resistance, the willpower of the contact. Choose a way to break down the willpower of a contact, convincing them to join their side. These conspiracy rounds are fluid in timing and chosen by the announcer. Working a party may be a few minutes for every contact. While a long-running operation may be days or even weeks between individual attempts. between individual attempts. However, any swayed contact is considered the point. Any swayed contact can be considered the point of contact. Point of contact. Any relationship they have with the desired. Let's see. Any relationship they have with the desire. Okay, actually, no. So now we need to do conspiracies. Similar. Oh, I fight my enemies. Creation rounds are fluid in timing, which is by the announcer. How do we want to do that? Knight's Black Agents. Never even seen that. Never even read Knight's Black Agents. Fun fact, never read it. This is mostly taken from the Infinity RPG. Fun fact. And some of the concepts they put down there. When the mercenaries begin an attempt to sway contact, they will choose a point of contact. The point man is a contact they have already swayed or have access to. Let's see. The point man is a contact they've already swayed or have access to, allowing them to influence those they have a relationship. They have a tie with. However, not every contact is built not every point of contact is built the same. If the point man has a positive relationship with the target. Let's see, if the point man has a positive relationship with the target, with the contact, the mercenaries. Let's see, the mercenaries will have a +2D. Will have a How do we want to do that? So we know it's like actually no, multiple points of multiple point men that have been either swayed or have pledged service can allow multiple mercenaries to attempt different angles on different attempts on different members of the conspiracy board. So, choose a point of contact. That's the first thing we got to do. You choose your point of contact. What's the first person that we're working with? So that's our first goal. We want to choose our point of contact. Conspiracy actions. So we're going to actually go all the way back up here. Not the vehicle actions, which we've already done the vehicle stuff. So we're going to then take this. As Noonie said, we're going to have our social gun that's going to do social damage with social bullets. let's see. During the attempt, the mercenary has engaged the contact of their choice. Let's see. During the attempt, the mercenaries engage the contact of their choice, forcing them to choose a conspiracy action, forcing them to choose a conspiracy action to work the contact. These can be multiple actions. The conspiring, actually, to work the contact. How do we want to do this? Each of the mercenaries can naturally perform one conspiracy action. And can naturally perform one conspiracy action per round of a conspiracy action per round. But there is no initiative. I should say there is no initiative inside of the mercenaries of the mercenaries themselves, allowing the mercs to set one another up and assist each and assist one another in their attempts. Let's see, so we do this, we do that. Conspiracy to set initiative role inside the mercenary, allowing the mercs to set up one another as another. So, our basic actions: confront. We want to confront the target. That's the easiest. That's going to be our quote social melee. This is fully retaliatory. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. It's retaliatory attacks. If you confront someone, you are kind of going up to them being like, okay, we're dealing with each other, but you can only do it to someone who is one step away from the point of contact. I cannot confront someone who is farther up the chain. We want to do persuasion. Actually, no, it wouldn't be persuasion. It would be influence, which would be social ranged, which is to x up to, we'll say up to 2, we'll say up to 2 quote spaces away from the merc. Again, this is one of those things we can actually improve. Say we like, hey, we can use influence to improve this somewhat. You know, it's like later on we can pick up feats, we can pick up abilities to increase our influence range. We want to we're going to give them the breather action, which is going to be restore 1 core. Just kind of like, we're not doing anything, we're not working any of the contacts, we're just trying to take a breather on this, but that a little later. No, assist, obvious. And so assist is always useful. We want to do an other action. And we want to then we want to have a Mm. No. Pretty simple stuff. Keep it nice and easy. Keep it nice and and easy on the eyes. That's fine. So actually, we have ability already. So okay. So if we want to do this right, it's time for Shankaram. Fact checked by real ability users. Part of me is happy that nobody saw the Shankaram reference. Another part of me is very sad. Ah, Shankaram. Assist. Breather, because we don't have... The thing is, we don't have... We have the breather reaction... So the breather reaction at the end of the conspiracy. At the end of the conspiracy round. Actually no. The mercenary. The mercenary takes a moment. To collect themselves. Takes a moment to collect them. Actually, no, we want to do, it takes a moment to collect themselves and, +1 emotional or mental core. Okay, so we need to do assist. Let me just go back up to assist. You also notice I changed everything to bangers for the font. I think that helps a lot, kind of break things up a little bit. A to an ally in the same. Actually, ally in this working the same contact as them. The ally has +1d twist to their next action. Covers +1 emotional or mental core. We want to confront. And then we want to influence. Technically, confront, influence, and other. This looks a little janky because it very much is. If it looks janky, it's because it totally fucking is. So, we want that. We want... Okay, so do hits core cost of one of their abilities they required, assist, break, confront. Because we already have these, what we're going to do is take melee strike. I'm just gonna slap it in there because I want to keep the similar wording. So we want to do confront. The mercenary. Let's see. One confronts a contact one step away from the point man. Let's see. It confronts the contact one step away from the point man. And it presses them to change their opinion, and presses them to sway, and attempts to sway them to their cause. The mercenary and contact both make a actually no. Mercenary and contact both make a check. Both make a check using. Actually, the mercenary and contact will both make. Actually, will both make a. We'll both make a check. We'll both make a check depending on the mercenaries. Depending on the mercenaries approach. Depending on the aggressor's approach. No, it'd be depending on the mercenaries' approach. Mercenary approach. Whoever is successful whoever is successful will reduce the other's emotional core by the argument value. By the argument value. Okay. This is where things start getting a little bit hectic and weird. Because hectic is weird. Okay. Let's see. Fun fact, things that will never ever end up getting PDF'd. This is going to be fucking one of them. So we want to do that. We want to take right. We want to take one above. We want to do an approach. We want to use trait, and we want to use skill. All of you bangers. Actually, I mean, resolving its effects. So actually, what we can do. Fucking whoa. We don't have room, so what we're going to do is we're instead going to just. God fucking damn it. Fuck is my question? I want to figure out where the fuck it is. It's in the it's in lexicon, SRD files. And then we do. Let's see. Convince. Deceive. Incite. Intimidate. Trait we're going to be using, it's primarily going to be charm or yeah, be charm. Bargaining, we're going to be using charm. We're going to be using the charm trait. We're going to be using the suit skill. Charm suit and actually opposing. Actually, no, we want to do check, which we're going to be doing charm. It's going to be charm plus suit. Charm plus suit. That's going to be our very basic one there. So we're going to be then doing for skill. It wouldn't be skill. It would be arguer check. Offensive check. It would be will plus suit, generally speaking. So it would be charm plus suit plus will plus suit. The argument value would be how do I want to fucking word this? God damn it. Actually, no. The argument value would be suit would be suit plus do you prefer a dice tray, dice tower, dice cup, or dice bowl? I prefer grabbing a bunch of dice and rolling them on a table. I've never used dice trays, dice towers, dice cups, or anything like that. I always find them kind of useless peripheries. So the arguer is going to be making a charm plus that. You're going to be opposing it by will plus suit. We need to make a... What are we trying to get here? Normally we would do damage based off of... Actually, it would be... argument. I need to explain argument earlier. Argument and then... counter argument. Argument is our offensive capabilities. Oh. There we go. So we do this, and then, no, actually, and then we do that, and then we do description. The Merc cuts a bargain, quid pro quo, but what's the bargaining chip? You know, there we go. The Merc cuts a bargain, quid pro quo, but what's the bargaining chip? Don't know what we're bargaining. You gotta put something. Gotta put something down. So actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do insert here. The modifier is equal. Modifier is equal to whatever the mercenary is putting down. Modifier is equal to whatever the mercenary is putting down. Putting down. If they don't put anything, it's a flat negative 6 to the argument's value. Even if you say, like, yeah, totally, if you don't put anything down, it's like bargaining isn't going to do jack shit. It's not worth it. Convince is going to be charm plus confidant. Confidant. I can fucking type correctly. Ooh. If you haven't noticed, I'm not a huge fan of this entire process, because this is not something I do much care for this. I've done it before, but usually there's a reason for it. So our defensive check is, of course, going to be will plus will plus choice. Success is going to be 2 plus SL. What's success? What am I fucking talking about? No, it's just going to be SL plus modifier 2 plus SL. Deceive, which is going to be Harlequin or gangster plus Harlequin or gangster plus plus focus. This is going to be gumshoe plus focus. This is going to be 3 plus SL. Incite. Let's see. We want to incite someone. Actually, no, we do. Convincing someone that, hey, you're really charming, people are going to listen to you a little bit more easily. Not necessarily your skill. It's like, hey, whatever skill you use is going to be the SL, because, hey, I'm a Harlequin. People believe me. It's not really going to be focus-based. Not gumshoe. Incite is going to be... No. Intimidate, we are going to do, brawler or gangster plus body. Defensive check is going to be, going to be will plus body. Actually, no, it's going to be, It's going to be brawler. It's going to be brawler slash gangster plus body or will. Effectively, it's saying, like, I'm going to stand my ground, fuck you. And this is going to be mostly trait plus SL. Trait or skill plus SL. Pretty much whatever your success levels is. Still, nothing convinces someone more than the stare of absolution. What's up, pussycat? Let's see. The mercenary. The above approaches are the main approaches able to be used by every mercenary attempting to sway contact. However, contacts may have different, what word did I want to use? Quirk, synonym. Good quirk, peculiar oddity, foilable whim, whimsy, notion, conceit, vagary, caprice, fancy, kink, peculiarity, fluke, chance, trait, good trait word, attribute, feature, quality. Actually, they may have different qualities which can influence the approach. Used by the mercenaries. For example, a tough guy, a contact with tough guy may be more convinced with a Brawler plus body. Brawler plus body versus brawler plus body. Check in a arm wrestling match. In an arm wrestling match. Alternatively, in an arm wrestling match. Maybe more convinced with my body. In an arm wrestling match. While the habitual alcoholic may require a charm plus gumshoe versus will plus Will plus confidant may require charm plus gumshoe versus will plus confidant to resist the siren call of the devil's piss. Of the devil's piss. There we go. Oh, that. Then we immediately go down to influencing. Influence. Influence. Parlez-vous français? Moshi desu. Moki. So mercenary. So we want to do influence. The mercenary attempts to put in a few words into the grapevine. Put up a few words into the grapevine. Taking aim at a target further away for up to two up to two contacts away from the point of contact, from the point man. Let's see. Put a few words into the grapevine. Taking aim at a target up to two contacts away from the point man. The difficulty of the approach check is equal to the target's current resistance. Resistance. No, they end up fucking calling it. Called it something dumb, didn't I? Ego. Target's current ego. Target's current ego. Alright, difficulty of the approach check is equal to the target's current ego. Twist gained or by twists in certain conditions. So here's what we do. We do this. We do this. Put some words on the grapevine. So we want to do, how do we want to do this? We want to has unswayed ties, negative 1D. Negative 1D a tie. You have unswayed people around them. We have contact has contact contact is a distance away. You know, it's a distance away. It's going to be negative 1D for every two contacts. So it's pretty much if they're 3 contacts away. So let's say you have point man, 1 other, 2 other. Pretty much if you're making a basic check, it's going to be negative 1D, regardless of whatever you're attempting to do. It's just going to be harder for you to do that. Actually, you know, we'll say even that. It's going to, you're going to have like base negative 2 if you want to get someone really far away. It's not really efficient for you to do this. How do we want to word this? Target has unswayed ties. Point of contact has a negative tie. Point of contact has a positive tie. Let's see. Point of contact has a negative tie. No. It would be contact has a negative tie. Contact has a positive tie, which is going to be, technically it's going to be easier to go through someone who has a positive tie with the person, so they're going to listen to that person a little bit more. So you're trying to trace it through different ties, but it's going to be difficult because they want to pretty much insulate themselves. So okay. Target's ego, the contact's ego is always equal to their mental core. Actually, is always equal to, fucking hell, this is completely fucked. This doesn't work at all. Son of a bitch. Oop. This is such a stupid fucking idea. Holy shit. Why am I doing this? Why don't I just use one head? What am I thinking? What am I I can see it in my head. I think this is the absolute worst part. Effectively, the idea is simple. Hey, I want to talk to the local militia leader. Local militia leader is not wanting to talk to us. Why in God's fucking name does he want to talk to us? That is the stupidest idea he can physically have. He does not want to do that. So what do we gotta do? Well, we're starting a conspiracy. What's our goal? Our goal is to convince him to talk to us. That's what we want to do. Want to get the local militia leader to speak to us. Okay, easy enough to do. A conspiracy begins. We have a point of contact. We know Juan. Juan is our guy on the ground. We helped him out before. He's our friend. He knows the rebels. But he's pretty low on the metaphorical totem pole. So what do we got to do? Well, we're going to talk to his boss. we can directly confront his boss using him as a point of contact. We can directly speak to him, being like, hey, we want to talk to the main guy. And he's like, okay, you want to talk to the main guy. Boom, we roll, I deal damage, we break his will over a bit. And he's like, cool, all right, you know what? I'm in your guys' camp so far. I think you guys need to talk to our boss. Easy enough. So, but now we're in a situation. There's a lot of different contexts there's a lot of different angles we can now explore here. We can either try to directly influence, because let's say the boss is 2 steps below. We can try to directly influence our contact, our mark. But that's going to be hard, because he's surrounded by people who are very, very swayed by him. But why don't we go for a person next to him, kind of one of his confidants. We can go up the chain by one more. Well, what do we want to do? Well, we got a few ideas. We got 2 of the mercs deciding we want to influence this person. We can go positive, positive. It's going to be easy. All we need to do is we're going to make our way over there, and we're going to pretty much use an influence action to try to get this other person's will in our camp. 2 of the other mercenaries are saying we are going to directly confront the guy above. Everyone kind of decides, everyone rolls, and we look. First team doesn't fully break him, but they do pretty decent. Second one says, alright, okay, cool. This guy is doing pretty alright. But, hey, there's a situation that evolves. What do we do? How do we resolve the situation? What can we do? This is the stupidest fucking system I have ever encountered, and I hate every second of it, and I want to delete the entire thing and never think about social combat ever again. Why did they want social combat? Social combat sucks. I've done social combat before. Because effectively, social combat is in Blood, Coin, and Steel. The basic concept behind social combat, Blood, Coin, and Steel was you're trying to get things to happen. It's an intrigue. You're attempting to have things occur in a certain order, or you're trying to resolve certain events. There's things that you can fail, there's things you can succeed at. It's not actually a social combat system. That's not the point. The point is, you're trying to get something. So the social aspects are just a part of it. It's just a small smattering of it. You can do a full intrigue where you don't even need to make anything remote there. But I also put in the caveat of instant success. The instant success is you throw up the blackmail, being like, hey, I have blackmail on you. I know you're fucking 3 other people. I know you're fucking the stable girls, and your wife is gonna get real pissed. You're like, fuck, okay, boom, don't need to worry about the intrigue anymore. There's no reason to worry about the intrigue. Clan head. The idea of clan head is that it's just an extended check. You're making an extended check. You're trying to get situations where you are getting the most amount to attempt it. Usually you don't have a lot of time, and it's like, okay, everyone's kind of trying to contribute to this check, but how do we contribute to this check? And the situations erupt based off of characters doing things. That's the idea. It's entire, and again, it's not about social system. It's not about me making a argument check at you. That's not the point of the argument. That's not the point. This doesn't work. Don't forget social positioning to go with your social combat. Social zone positioning, obviously based. Yeah, I fucking know. If I had it my way, I'd just copy and paste from Clan Head. Honestly, that would make this work a lot easier if I just copy and pasted from Clan Head. But fuck me if that doesn't sound right. Not right at all. That's such a fucking cop-out. What else am I gonna fucking do? There's nothing else there. Not a single thing that's working here. I feel like I just wasted an hour. You need an entire system dedicated to this, not this stupid fucking 1930s pulp bullshit. Okay, let's just roll it back. Let's roll it back and think about it. Let's really think about it. What do we need to accomplish? Hey, you feeling better since you sounded real mad yesterday? I don't fucking know. Things look better now. I feel more confident about the combat. This though, fuck me. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I am shooting for the fucking moon at this point. Feels like there's an easier way to do this, but I don't know what that easier way is. Like there's got to be a simpler option. Because this is not it. This entire stupid fucking confidant check. Make a confidant check to influence this person. You gotta do this to influence this person to do this. Load your social gun to blow your fucking head off. Jesus. There's an answer. Don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this. I feel like I've worked on a lot. The fuck does mental core damage? I don't even know where the hell mental core damage comes in. That's a completely different. Gotta be an option, right? Gotta be something. But what? What do we do? How do we do it? What's the point? What's the purpose? What are we trying to accomplish? That's what I need to answer. What are we trying to accomplish? And the answer is there isn't one. Don't know what I'm trying to do here. Don't know what I'm trying to even fucking make any. Social combat. Why do I even need social combat? Social combat's the most pointless fucking thing in the world. But that's... What am I looking at? Okay, let's roll it back. Let's roll it back. Okay? We'll roll it back a little. What are we trying to get? What are we trying to accomplish? What are we playing? We are playing 1930s diesel punk pulp adventures. I've got my electro gun. I am trying to electro gun you to death. Bang, bang, bang. I'm a cool Indiana Jones guy. I'm doing Indiana Jones things for Indiana Jones reasons. So I'm in a negotiation with you. I need to get your support. What do I do? Well, I would make a single check because that's what I would do because that's not the point of the game. But that's what is knighted. That's what was requested. What do we do with that? How do you add something in that doesn't fit? How do you make it fit? That's the question. Question is, how do we make this work? How do we take this? How do we take this and make it so that it works? How do we make it fit? The answer is, don't know. Don't know. I think that's the part that's annoying. Because I want there to be an answer. I want there to be one up here, but I can continue trying to brute force it, but there's gonna have to be so many fucking redundancies. What's an argument? Our arguments are damage. But it's not our damage, it's our fucking attack. And how much damage do we do? Do you fucking will save to make sure you do this? That's so goddamn pointless. Not worth it. I'm doing it. I am doing it. What's the answer? How do we solve a question with no good answer? There is an answer, not a good one. But how do we find one? There's always an answer to every problem. Question, how do we make a pulp social combat system? What is the answer to that question? That's what we're trying to figure out. Good Kabarachi. Good Kabarachi. I want to make pulpy, fun adventure. But there has to be a social combat system. See, that's the issue there. The issue there, Noonie, is the like, oh, make it all about big reveals and what about big reveals and things like that. Give what people want. The issue there is then why bother having any of this social combat system? That's not the that's antithesis to that. That should be in a GM section, effectively being like, hey, no conversation is worthless. Everything is huge reveals. Everything is something explosive going on. Anytime you convince someone to do something, it's not this convincing someone to do something. It's, oh, you're doing this. Oh, it's doing this. Haha, big explosions. Anytime you watch any of these fucking movies, Indy doesn't talk to someone to convince them to do something. No, Indy does the thing. It's active. You're actively trying something. You're actively making a choice to do something. The reason we don't see fucking social conflicts in any of these goddamn games is for that reason. Because it's not really the point. It's just kind of, again, the default, as you say. It's the default that, things just happen. You make a persuasion attempt because you need to convince the taxi driver to drive you away, or you need to do that. You know what, fuck it. I mean, do we got something to work with here? reaction table and shit like that, and parries. Notepad, don't you want Star Wars Episode 1 trade agreement talks? Yeah. Like, oh, they can move on the reaction table to get tokens to do things. It's like, oh, here's number crunching for fucking Savage Worlds, which Savage Worlds is a fucking... What am I actually attempting? Okay, no, I gotta look at things. I'm missing something. There's something I am missing. Something that I am drastically not seeing. I don't know what it is.